spoke with over 100 small service-based business owner operators and learned 7 hard truths that are going to save you a ton of time, bags of money, and probably a few headaches as well. I'm 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗍𝗍, founder of Mainer Leadership, and we help competitive small service-based business owners with teams of 5 to 50 achieve a streamlined, efficient business operation with a united, high-performing team. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I learned from talking to over 100 owner-operators just like you, everything with their dreams, their challenges, and everything in between, and the 7 hard truths and what you should do with it. And hey, stay to the end of this video because I'm going to give you a special bonus, a little bit of the secret sauce for how to get through and how to make this transformation that we're going to be talking about in these 7 hard truths. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, ring that bell, like it so you can get notified every time we drop a brand new video trying to help you to run and grow your service-based business to reach its full potential. First hard truth is constantly putting out fires is unsustainable. You probably know this. You probably have had at least a season of being a fireman in your business, but the truth is this. If you're always putting out fires, you're not going to be focused on strategic growth or making the operations better or improving culture or improving communication. All of this lead stuff is to constant overwhelm and reactive decision making, and here's what to do with it. So what you want to do with it is you want to shift your focus from reactive problem solving to proactive planning. You want to create systems and processes, playbooks, SOPs that prevent fires from even happening. Now, how do you do this? You have to set aside intentional time to work on your business, not just in it. I had a great mentor of mine tell me a story about kids floating down a river. So him and his friend were fishing on the side of the river. A kid came, floated down. They jumped in, swam, got him, saved him. When the other guy got out, there was another kid coming down the river. My buddy jumped in. He went out and saved him. And then we repeated that process until I finally said, hey, I'm going to go upriver. And he said, where the heck are you going? He said, I'm going upriver to go ahead and knock the guy out that keeps throwing the kids in the river so we don't have to keep continuing this process. You have to get ahead of your team, of your business, and of your problems. You have to be proactive, not reactive. That is hard truth number 1 and what to do with it. Hard truth number 2 is communication breakdowns are killing your business in more than one way. So poor communication leads to misunderstandings. It leads to errors. It leads to deteriorating team morale. It leads to lower client satisfaction, missed deadlines, incomplete projects. I mean, so many things. This is nothing you don't know. But here's what to do with it. You want to implement clear, simple, concise communication strategies like email, like a Slack, like a Voxer. And you want to have clear rules and standards and expectations of how you communicate on the macro scale and the micro scale within the everyday stuff. How do we communicate policy and how do we have everyday conversations? Any communication is in the form of meetings, agendas, open channels, like I was talking, like a Slack channel, any feedback that you're giving, anything that is providing information, updates, or clarification in any form, written, typed out, verbal, anything like that. End of week reports, that's another great way to communicate. But you have to solve these communications breakdowns that are killing your business. That's hard truth number 2. After talking to over 100 small service-based business owners, this is what they told me. These are the things that they're experiencing, the things that they're fixed or they're trying to fix or that they're going through right now. Over the last decade, I have worked with hundreds of small service-based business owner-operators just like you to help them achieve a streamlined operation, efficient, with a united, high-performing team that helps you and the team win in business and life. We've been able to impact over 3,000 different small service-based business leaders and over 5,000 frontline team members to make them happy, make them more effective, make them more efficient, make them more productive, and to help that mission get further and further, just like we're going to do with you in this video. Okay, hard truth number 3 is that team morale directly affects your revenue. This is an apple to apple scenario. Here's the truth. A demoralized team results in angry clients and even a stagnant or declining revenue versus happy, motivated teams and team members are more productive and provide better service. I always say this, surprise, surprise, but happy team members and a happy team tend to do more work. They tend to do faster and they tend to do it more effectively in doing so and with a smile on their face. That is what we are trying to create within our workspace, within our work environment, within our team. So here's what to do. You want to invest into teamwork. Now, what does that look like? It looks like anything that is bringing your people together, that is uniting them and them supporting each other, departments supporting each other, individuals supporting each other, building the relationships. You want to create a positive work environment, strengthen your culture, talk about the mission, talk about the values, and reward and celebrate those constantly. You want to make sure that you're rewarding randomly good performance and also the behavior that aligns with your culture. And you want to do so constantly, regularly, and also randomly, all of those things. But that helps you build a stronger culture that develops and destroys this hard truth and increases your team morale and as well as your culture. All right, number 4 is that your business is not reaching its full potential. Almost 90 plus out of the 100 people that I spoke to, their productivity was being impacted, sometimes even severely. Stress levels were skyrocketing because of this one thing, and it is a streamlined business operation. The everyday operations had some type of chaos or clunkiness, or they were outdated. And it's like it was unconscious incompetence. They didn't know what they didn't know because they had never been an owner operator before, or they were just really good at their craft. They were master plumbers. And then they started a plumbing company, but they didn't know about business operation, how to run people, lead people, how to fulfill orders, and that entire thing of the everyday, all day, day to day with the team. So here's what to do with that. If your business has not reached its full potential yet, it's probably because of productivity and stress. Here's what to do is that you want to develop and refine. So rough draft, final draft, think like that. Your business strategies as well as your everyday operations. What does the everyday look like with the team, with fulfillment, with growth, with communication, with leadership, with culture, with execution, as well as solving problems and identifying problems? How are you evaluating things? How are you improving things on the concept? There's a lot of pieces to this. So you need to be focusing on creating those efficient workflows as well as the efficient operations of your everyday that enhance productivity and reduce stress. See, enhance productivity and reduce stress. And you got to work on the business and think macro and micro in order to do so. If you're serious about creating operational excellence in your small service-based business, then I have made a free guide just for you. It is a 3-step bulletproof plan to take you from constantly putting out fires to creating a streamlined business operation with a united, high-performing team that helps you win in business. Click the link in the description to download that guide and get started to go from constantly putting out fires to a streamlined business operation with a united, high-performing team that helps you get a whole bunch of money back, a whole bunch of time back, and create the legacy that you're wanting. Number 5 hard truth that I learned from 100 owner-operators of service-based businesses with small teams just like you is that reactive problem solving, putting out fires, is a massive roadblock to your growth, your sustainability. Being reactive rather than proactive is keeping your business kind of stuck in that cycle of crisis management and busyness. Okay. probably 80+% of the people that I spoke to, the owner operators of small service-based businesses, just like you, were in some type of fireman mode, some type of crisis management mode, at least for a season, if not constantly since they started. Here's what to do with that. You have to be a proactive leader. You have to focus on planning and organizing, anticipating what issues are going to come up based on what it is you've already experienced in the past. You have to have these solutions ready and prepared for when those problems arise, because it's when, it's not if. They're absolutely going to pop up. But you have to take time to detach from the scenario, from your team, from your everyday operations, sometimes literally and physically detach, like go to the mountains or something like that, or a hotel room or whatever it is that you do, or maybe you just stand on the balcony and you're looking down on your warehouse, whatever you need to do to mentally and physically detach, to start to create these solutions to get ahead of the game. You know what? We've been struggling with XYZ problem for 2 quarters now. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to create the SOP, and I'm going to train on that SOP, and I'm going to work with these team members to basically solve that problem for good. That is a way that you want to adopt proactive leadership in stopping to be constantly putting out the fires and just fixing things. Instead, make progress and solve them ahead of time. All right, 6th hard truth is that industry conferences and books just aren't enough. They are valuable. I love them. I go to conferences. I watch YouTube. I listen to the podcast. I read the books. But they often don't provide the hands-on approach that you really need for true transformation and to lead change in your business. They're missing the implement or the installation of those concepts. Tends to be a lot of theory, a lot of feel good, a lot of concepts, but not the implementation and installation that actually changes behavior and starts to actually transform you and your business and your operations. So here's what you want to do is you want to get comprehensive, okay? Like you want to be up on the balcony looking down in your business. And sometimes it takes a different person to do that. You want hands-on guidance, hands-on. Okay, helping you actually not just learn the concept or the theory, but how to put your hands on it and implement it in the everyday in a step-by-step format. So you can think big, right, as well as act small. That helps you to tailor to your specific business needs as a small service-based business owner operator, with a team somewhere between 5 and 50 that you're probably at, right? You want to implement actionable strategies. So not just like, here's the goal, but what's the action plan, the 1, 2, 3-step action plan, with the help of oftentimes inexperienced consultants. Obviously, doesn't have to be me. I hope you can take these videos and absolutely kill it in your small service-based business. But if not, we are here to help. We are an experienced consultant in small service-based business operations, but you want somebody that you can get a different perspective on to help you get that hands-on approach to solve these problems, not just the books and the podcasts. Those are great, but you need more in depth than that because you need to install and implement change into your business. The last hard truth is that real transformation requires a comprehensive approach, an overall approach when you look at just one thing, because that's what you're currently doing right now. You need to look at the whole kit and caboodle as an operation, not just the one fire that you keep putting out. That's the difference, because you're fixing that one fire, but you probably, right, and maybe you're trimming the branch of the problem tree, but what is the root of the actual problem? That's why you need the comprehensive approach. So achieving a streamlined, efficient operation with a high-performing, united team requires more than just kind of piecemeal solutions. And that's what I've learned from over 100 people pretty much telling me this exact thing of like, I really had to step back. I really had to look at it as a whole and not just one tiny thing that happened on Tuesday at 2:00 to fix that. So here's what to do with it is you want to embrace a holistic approach to business transformation. You want to look at what tools do we need? What resources do we need? and here's an example, is like an operational playbook that helps you build culture. So a lot of the key pillars that you want to look at when you're talking about your operations of your business is an operational playbook that includes building culture, creating and refining strategy of growth, like sales as well as fulfillment. How do we lead and how do we execute? How do we communicate? What meetings are we having with who and why? How do we hold people accountable? And then communicating efficiently and effectively on a macro and micro scale. How do we identify and solve problems? And then what are we doing to just continuously get better and better as we move forward? Those are the 7 hard truths that I learned from speaking to over 100 people just like you that are the owner operators of small service-based businesses. But I have a bonus for you, and here it is. The secret sauce of what got all of those 100 service-based business owner operators just like you through, and to help them transform their businesses or decide that that wasn't for them. So the one thing that got the people through that have went from constantly putting out fires to a streamlined business operation with a united high-performing team is this. They were very competitive, super driven. They held themselves accountable. They pointed the thumb, not the finger. They were humble, right? Usually because they had just been humbled from failure and struggle, which, hey, we're all in the same boat there. As well as they were willing to do the work, the uncomfortable work, the unsexy work on installing an operating playbook into their business. What is the process, the system, the playbook that you use to operate in the everyday of your business? And then they made the changes. They got in front of their team. They stood there. They said, hey, we're going to try something new. I want to make you guys happier. I want to make you guys more successful. Here's the changes that we're going to make that are required for us to win at our mission and to make progress. That is the secret sauce: is competitive, driven, accountable, humble, and willing to do the work on installing an operating playbook that actually makes the changes that are required to win. I was a teacher and a sports coach for over 15 years, and I live for impact. So what were your high impact moments in this video? I hope I was able to add a lot of value to help you move from putting out fires to a streamlined business operation that you're trying to achieve and win in business. And go ahead and download that free ebook guide if you're serious about going from putting out fires to a streamlined business operation. That gives you the 3-step bulletproof plan to do so. And thank you so much. I'm grateful for your sticking around. We'll see you on the next one. Winners want the truth. Be powerful.